your investment philosophy. You're not one of those, I would call them flippers that have a shorter time period. Of course, you're gonna sell if the deal completely makes sense. How has that been because that's now the catchy thing, because before that it was like, oh, you want to see those 1.75s and 3 year type of deals. And that was the whole rage and trend. But now that's shifted over where people want to hear the words long term. Like, how has your philosophy been pre interest rate hikes? And now, how's your philosophy going forward?
Actually, it really hasn't changed. Most of our deals have always been a 5-year pro forma. About 20% of them have been 10 years. And we've got a couple that we were originally going to sell after 5 years, but none of our investors wanted to sell, so we still have them now, like 7, 8 years down the road. The reason that has been and continues to be our main strategy is the whole get in and get out quickly, like every 2 or 3 years. The benefits of it are it increases the velocity of money, meaning, like you said, hopefully if all goes well, you make 75% or something like that, and then you go do another one, generates a ton of fees and tracks transaction income. The problem is when the music stops, it all collapses. And one of the beautiful things about real estate is time is on your side. It's one of the few things in life where time really is on your side. And if you set up a property so that you have sufficient cash flow and your risks are mitigated enough that you can hold on to it as long as you need to, you're almost guaranteed to win. It might not hit your targets or something like that, but if as long as you can hold on to it, it's extremely unlikely that you're going to lose money. So we've always been a little bit longer term because of that. And then also a lot of our investors are not solely focused on, I call it equity creation. So if you're going to flip out of a deal in 2 or 3 years, you're hoping to increase the value, sell it, and get a profit. Most of our investors tend to be looking for both cash flow and equity. And the cash flow on value add deals really shows up starting usually the third year. And so that's why our typical hold time is 5 years. And again, we just don't ever want to be in a position where we have to do something in a 2 or 3 year period, whether it be refinance or sell or whatever. Because as we're now seeing, what happens if the market's not in a favorable condition and now you have to sell or you have to refinance, right? If you can wait, if you have the option to wait 3, 5, or 7 years, then you can do that safely and instead of being forced into something you shouldn't do.